The Spirit Media Network is providing coverage of sports, faith, and entertainment like no one else in Mississippi and the Deep South. No other media outlet touches all the bases as we do, from the Friday Night Lights to rubbing shoulders with the biggest names in college athletics. Be sure to follow us on our multiple platforms, including Facebook, Twitter, our YouTube channel, and by downloading our Roku/Smart TV channel, Spirit Live. Check out our website at spiritmedianet.com for upcoming projects and broadcasts, and stay up to date with what's happening on the Spirit Media Network, where we're changing the game.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Coach Hall, how you doing, sir?
Doing great. Day 2 in the books. Fired up to get another day in. The good Lord loves the Eagles. It was supposed to rain and it didn't. And man, just fired up to go out there again and improve. Another day of installation. Thought we saw a really big step forward in Trey Lowe and his decision making. Made a lot of good decisions today. Obviously, that's good to see. If you're good at quarterback, then obviously you got a chance to have a good football team. Pleased with the overall energy level, and saw some big plays back there on the back end. Our DB's got some hands on the ball. Of course, Jason Brownlee made some plays, and without watching the tape, don't want to single anything out. Just excited to get another day of install in, to get another day of our culture built. And excited, too, to be able to put shoulder pads on Saturday. So with that, I'll open it up.
Coach, was T. Webb able to get out there today?
He was out there. He was. And, he was functioning, getting used to the speed in which how we do things. And he made some really nice throws and some good decisions. He also did some things he's got to improve on, as we know. And, he didn't get to have that day one to knock all the rust off like everybody else did. So he had to knock a little bit off, but T's talented, and he's a great kid from a great family. So we think the future's bright for him.
Coach, have you started, you've been with the team a couple of months now and got some last season into season practice. Do you have a sense that you're starting to see like who the leaders are of this team when you're talking about culture at this point?
Yeah. Will Hall is, Austin Armstrong is, and the rest of this staff. You know what I'm saying? We're the leaders, all right? And we're going to remain the leaders until these kids are taught to do it how we're going to do it. Just like in your household. You know what I'm saying, Heath? The kids don't become leading their own house until you've raised them and they know exactly how it's supposed to be done. So right now, we're the leaders. Lance Ankar is for sure a leader. We are showing these kids how we want this program to do it every single day, all right? And when we feel like that has been defined to the T, we'll hand that off to the rest of them. I think we've got some really good candidates. I'm excited about it, but man, it's too early to hand that over right now. So these coaches are the leaders right now.
Coach, I know you had a chance to see Trey Lowe start that final game of the season. Just kind of going back and what he has to offer, what do you think Trey could kind of bring to this offense for your system?
Well, let's just start with who he is. If we walked in today and said, hey, we just signed a quarterback whose granddaddy was a former all-time great at Alabama, whose daddy is a high school football coach, has been very successful, whose mom's a very successful news anchor in Memphis. All right. He was the number 19 rated dual threat quarterback in America. He's a great kid. It's a really hard worker. That's about 6'3", 225 and got a great arm. We'd all be going, man, what a great signee. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got to work with here. And man, he has done nothing since day one but lead in the right way. He doesn't talk until he's earned the right to. He's one of the leaders in our off-season conditioning drills in the weight room. The kids have a lot of respect for him. He came into a really tough situation last year trying to learn a new scheme in fall camp. I thought he finished the year strong and has been one of the MVPs of our off-season program with how he's worked.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask how many guys from your recruiting class, and you mentioned T was one of them, are actually out there this spring, and maybe what sort of advantage that provides them getting in a few months early and learning, your system and everything.
Yeah, so T. Webb's out there, Lakevius Daniel, Jay Stanley, and man, I don't want to forget anybody. J-Rob, the young wide receiver from Petal, is out there. Montre Edwards is not out there yet because of some health issues we're dealing with. Okay, but yeah, it's an advantage, that they're getting to go ahead and knock the rust off and learn the language, right? The biggest advantage of being here is learning to speak how we speak. Just like all of us on this deal right here, we're all really good at eating cheeseburgers, right? You can tell by looking at us. All right, but if you drop us off in China, I can't even order a cheeseburger because I don't know the language. All right, so getting them here and helping them learn how to speak the language is the first barrier you have to overcome. So all of them are getting a head start on that and getting them where they can all order cheeseburgers the way we do it.
Coach, you don't drink Red Bull or nothing? Are you all natural?
I'm all natural, man. I'm high on life, high on the good Lord, and I'm blessed. I live life every day, living a dream. The good Lord's blessed me with so much. Patrick, you know that. I've had a great life. I've got a great wife. And shoot, man, I'm the head coach of one of the greatest programs in the history of this great game. So you can't get no happier than I am.
What kind of energy did you see in the practice today? Day two?
It was good, Patrick. It was a little bit less than day one, but that's the way it is every time, right? Just like Christmas morning, you rip that first present open with a little more vigor than you do present 6, if you're blessed enough to have 6. You know what I'm saying? And early on, there was a little less energy, but we got it going. I thought we had some kids that really showed leaders like Khalid Washington had a lot of juice and energy. Saw that. We had some guys on defense really pushing people, and I thought it really picked up as the competition got going. I expect we'll have a lot come Saturday when you put the pads on and get to play real football.
I think early on y'all made a decision to move Arvin to center. What made y'all really kind of buy into that idea and move him to center?
Yeah, okay. Experience, really great understanding of the overall game of football, tough guy, good athleticism, really long arms. So the ability to move him from tackle on the edge to put him in space where he can use his mind and his brain and his quickness, we think it's going to allow him to go from being a really good college football player to potentially making a little bit of money playing football. We want to be good from the inside out, just like baseball, right? Catcher to pitcher to shortstop to center field. We want to, hey man, if you're not very good at center, it gets real dicey quick. You know what I mean? So we want to put our bell cow right there and let him work.
Coach, who are some guys that maybe talked about this before? Who are some guys that you're looking at to maybe step out there at that tackle? Some people you're working in over there where you're bringing Arvin in.
Yeah, so at left tackle today, Trey Johnson started, and right tackle, Khalid Washington started. They've shown really good athleticism. They started several games over their career. They're big, long. They've had a great offseason. And behind them has been Tanner Hathorn and Paul Gaynor Jr. and also Matt Riles. So we're working to build depth. And those kids have done nothing but everything Ancar's asked them to do in the offseason. And I don't want to comment on how they're doing football-wise because we ain't got pads on. You know what I mean? And like I said, you can convince yourself of anything when you're out there with not pads on. You can convince yourself of good and bad. We'll see on Saturday. But I do like their attitude. I like the skill sets they have to work with. And so we'll keep going from there.
How do you feel the mental aspect is with the team? Are you feeling like everything's being picked up pretty well? And from that side of things?
I do. We've thrown a lot of football at them. I think Tyler Barnes is coming up here next, and he'll tell you, man, we've thrown a lot of ball at them. This has been football school now. We do a lot of stuff. We have a humongous toolbox in all phases because we want to be able to use whatever tools we need to be successful. We're not a team that just throws it every down or runs it every down or has to run power schemes or has to play man on defense. We teach everything, and then we become whatever our kids can do. Just like, if you're building a fence, you need a post hole digger and some hammer and some nails, but you don't need a leaf blower, but it's good to have a leaf blower whenever you need to blow off the driveway. You know what I'm saying? So we want to have a lot of tools for whatever job we need to do.
Coach, at running back, it looks like a group that's a little bit on the smaller side. Just looking at the guys y'all had at Tulane, those guys had a little pop to them. What do you want to see out of that group this spring and as y'all go along and really install the ground game?
Yeah, so at running back, Patrick, it's a unique position to where, like, if you ever study Bill Parcells and the whole way they mapped out scouting from Parcells down through the Belichick tree and all that, they always said that running back is the one position that you never put a size parameter on, because you just look at production. Because, you know, for every Barry Sanders, there's a Jim Brown. You know what I mean? For every Dave Meggett, there's a Christian Okoye. You know what I'm saying? So what we look for is production. Can you make the first guy miss? People do it different ways. Some people make them miss. Some people stiff arm them. Some people run fast and run around them. So size is not like a prerequisite for us. It's just about production. We do have a bunch of little guys that can move, but you know, one of them was highly productive last year, and we got some other guys in the room that are doing everything we ask right now. We're excited about moving Antavius Willis there. We think he gives us some dynamic ability there as well. And, you know, we're just going to keep working with them and go. Anything else? Guys, I really appreciate y'all coming and covering us. Let's do it again Saturday. Here's my man.
Thanks, Coach. Have a good one.
Coach.
Thanks.
Tyler, you know, coming in under a new staff and everything, how important is this spring for you, and what are you hoping to prove?
It's really important. The reason why I say it's so important to me, because going into my last year, you know, seniors got to have a leap of faith in a new head coach. We have to trust him. We have to buy in. We have to dial in. From as soon as he stepped in, that's like, there's been no doubt. So I know that's already out the question. It's been real relevant going into that year. But the reason, I mean, one thing I have to improve on, one thing I do want to improve and show these coaches, one thing like that, is my communication and my leadership. In the past 2 years, I've had a leadership role. This year, being an older guy now, going to being a fifth-year senior, I really want to help the younger guys in any situation. I mean, I'm talking about freshmen if they worry about playing time, because I've had that issue. I've learned a new playbook. I've had to do that twice now. So, I mean, any way I can help at all, versatility helps me with that, as they use me as a couple positions. I get to help other positions, anybody have any questions. And another thing, I really want to be a team guy this year. I want this team to be I want this team to have a lot of loyalty this year. I want us to have fun together. Last year, toward the end, you saw that, and we only getting better. So one thing, my ultimate goal, I want to leave here knowing that, like, my teammates know I gave my all for them and I did anything for them.
Tyler, what's the biggest difference you've seen so far in this coaching staff? And I don't want to hear it, but what's the one thing they've done that's made the biggest difference in you as a player?
To me, I would say they are a player coach. They make you want to play for them. Nothing against the past coach. It's just they have a different feeling, have a different energy they bring upon themselves. They push you above your limits. They make you want to just take your level to the next step, because there's no limits to your game. And that's one thing, from the first day they got here, you could just tell they want the best out of you. They don't want half, 50%, 75, 99. They want more. They want even more than 110%. So they real big on energy. They're real big on having a brotherly atmosphere. So one thing for me, like you said, it's helped me a lot, because a lot of times the people I came in with, they're not here right now. So a lot of new faces here, a new scheme, a new playbook. So I'm building a lot of confidence with these coaches and my teammates. So it's making the whole process easier, and it's making it fun, and it just gets you pumped when you think about the future for Southern Miss, honestly.
What are the two positions you're working at right now?
Safety and our star position, nickelback. Yes.
How do things change for you in that secondary, where they expect the corners to work man to man? How do you see your responsibilities and your focus changing this season?
I see my responsibilities as a hybrid type, like taking up on a role to really just any position they need me as. No, I want them to be able to just throw me in a position they have no doubts in. Trying to get as much one-on-one time, even with our teammates, just learn the playbook in and out, weaknesses and strengths of the defense of a certain play. And honestly, to add on my responsibility part, the very first day when they ever talked to me, they wanted me to be a leader. So as I'm being versatile, that leadership also comes along because the other younger players and even players that just got here, they're gonna look at somebody with a little bit of experience and they're gonna feed off that energy. So as long as I bring positive energy every day, I see everybody coming in with positive energy and just learning and progression.
What's been the biggest difference in the approach since Coach Hall took over? How has he been different compared to, how things have run in the past?
He's passionate. That's like I'm glad you asked that because as the first thing he said when he got in here, you could just see the passion in his voice. A great leader has passion for what he's setting the standard for. So the major difference for me is just, and notice from the coaches, is that they not only do they want the best for us, but they want even more. Like they even progress about the academics, life. It's just a great family atmosphere. It's passionate. It doesn't seem like any fake love at all. It just seems just all passion. And like I said earlier, it just makes you want to play for him. Like it makes you want to push yourself even when you're tired. You just know you can't let nobody down out there because they just so passionate about the game out there.
Did you guys do things differently in winter workouts or even early on right now? Or are there different things you're doing, different times you're doing them? Is there anything different with the workouts?
The organization, us being organized is way different, which is better. It's better. We're a way more organized team now, for the point that we get up here to the point that we leave. And that's honestly, that's a huge difference too, if I'm being real, because I feel like the past few years I've been here, we weren't as organized. And, sometimes it would lead to maybe certain players not in the right spot sometimes or late to certain things, and showing up late and missing activities that's going to show on the field. It doesn't build a good relationship. So us being as a team being more organized, it makes everything easier. Workouts, practice, meetings, breakfast, all that. It's a great feeling, and the more organized it has been, it's been way easier, honestly.
How big of a difference is it going to make having Turner and Booth back out there this season?
Those my dogs, man. It's weird that you said because it's about to be my 5th year, and when I came in as a freshman, those the first 2 guys that really took me in as brother. Of course, I played with Jaquez in high school, and Booth was always next to Jaquez my freshman year. So it was great seeing them again. It reminds you of the old Southern Miss in a way. And honestly, it kind of makes my heart warm inside because last year I wasn't really playing with as much people from that I came in with, and seeing them come back and try to finish what we started is huge. And like it just feel like family out there. Honestly, it doesn't even feel like my teammates when I'm seeing them. It just feels like my family out there again.
Tyler, I asked Coach Hall about how you guys are coming along with the different language, the different aspects of their system as compared to years past. How do you feel? Do you feel like the language is much different, or the schemes or everything are much different? Are you just having the schemes the same when you're having to learn it in different language? How do you can you comment on that?
Yes, sir. Well, I would just like to say the scheme is totally different. It might be a few plays that you can like look back and be like, okay, it's similar to how we played it in the past, but it's a totally different defense. And one thing I'm excited about is that there's no we kind of struggled in the past, passing wise. I'll just say that we kind of struggled a little bit. And today was my first day, and I will tell you this. I just told Coach O'Brien I had so much fun running this game because I always told him at every meeting I can't wait to do a walkthrough. I can't wait to go out there and actually do these plays because the way we've been running the past 4 years is it was just comparing it to how it is now. It's exciting. because each player has a role that's that can change. It can look the same. It can change out of nowhere. Just one little movement from an offense. It's exciting, and it's very schemeful. It's a lot of show and tell. So it's exciting. I'll say it like that. It makes a secondary and just any defense would love to play in this type of scheme.
Anything else? Oh, thanks.
No problem.
Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate it, bud.
No problem. Y'all have a good one.
There.
Going to Arvin.
What's up?
What's up, Arvin?
No.
If you would kind of take us back whenever they first told you that they were going to put you at center, what went all into that? What went into that? What they tell you?
Because Hall came to me and was like, me and the other coaches have been thinking about it, and we think you'll be, it helped the team better if you play center for us. And they asked me how I felt about it. And I was excited. It's something I had practiced for a couple of years. I got a couple of game reps at it, but I was kind of familiar with it. So switching to center wasn't going to be much of a problem for me.
Arvin, do you feel more comfortable in the inside three playing guard, center guard? Are you more comfortable in that than playing tackle?
Yeah, I feel like center and guard was something. It was more natural to me. Playing tackles, it was a lot different, going out on the edge of the fast guys. But being inside is something I did for a long time. And just moving to center, it feels natural.
It feels like it's a little bit different at the running back spot with not really having a big body guy back there. What do you think about the way the run game is going to stack up under Coach Hall and having Gore and some other guys that you would maybe kind of consider scat backs? How do you think that's going to work out?
I think it'll be fine. Coach Hall is a great play caller. I trust him with everything he do. I have all the faith in the world in guys like D and Frank and Mayberry. So I think it'll be fine.
What's been the biggest difference with Coach Hall since he took over a couple months ago? I mean, just kind of what day to day, how are things different?
He's a big energy and positivity guy. So each day he gives us, these standards and things we should do as a team, and just telling us how you should live and things you should do on a day-to-day basis that will make us as a whole successful.
Are you guys doing early spring ball or winter workouts any differently compared to the past?
It's not different, just the operation of practice. We're doing things in the morning now. That's about the only difference, but it's been great so far.
How do you see the offensive line working under the Jeremy and that Jeremy Darbo and that? How's that going? How are they responding to him?
Things going great so far. We're still learning his terminology and the way he wants us to do things, but so far everyone seems to take to Coach Darbo and his system.
Arvin, there's only really so many ways to block. Of course, everybody has their, they mix it up however. Are the blocking schemes much different that you guys are having to learn now, or is it pretty much, everything kind of carries over to some extent?
Yes, it's just a different couple wrinkles here and there, but everything the same, just different terminology.
How would you say the offense is responding to Trey at quarterback? And obviously he got his chance late last season. What kind of confidence as a group do y'all have in him?
I mean, confidence so far feels high. The way we ended the season last year, the way he played against FAU kind of gave everybody a lot of confidence going into this spring. So everybody, we know he can do it. Just go out there and watch him get better every day. So everybody has rallied behind him and put all their faith in him.
Was that something you saw during the season? Because, he didn't really start practicing until a week after season started last year. So he didn't get a spring. He didn't get really much summer. And then you come in the fall and he finally starts getting into shape. It starts working out. Did y'all see that throughout the season, him getting better the more time he got to prepare?
Yeah, you can see him getting better every game, getting more comfortable back there, just picking up on little things. You can see when he started getting comfortable, he started playing more relaxed and ended up playing way better. So, it's been good.
Arvin, I was just going to ask you what this spring feels like for you. I mean, you've been here several years. What does this spring feel like and just how excited are you to get back on the field and try to go for it, one last year?
I feel like there's a lot more energy this spring, a lot more positive attitudes around, things that changed around. Coach Hall came in, wanted to do things his way, changed around. Everybody's really taking to it and really put all their trust in him. So I like it so far.
Anything else? Arvin, thank you.
All right, appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Arvin.
Thank y'all.
I promise that'll be the last time. Kidding. Take care. Thanks.